My jealousy triggers are anything to do with your ex.
If I were to be jealous about someone na connected sa'yo, it would be like if you had a girl best friend. Sometimes naman feeling ko like jealousy is healthy if it's coming from a place of care or concern. Napagsilosan ako
Yep.
because I was working with someone who had a girlfriend at that time.
I try to not put myself in situations that would make you doubt me.
Don't put yourself in a situation wherein you can be tempted and don't test the waters. Like, don't wait until you're like 9 out of 10 about to cheat already.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 6 of He Said, She Said. Today, we're going to be talking about, is jealousy healthy or a walking red flag?
So, what is jealousy? For me, jealousy is when you have feelings of fear, concern, or anxiety about a situation. Sometimes it comes from a place of care or concern, or parang kasi you value your relationship so much. But sometimes when it's excessive, like excessive jealousy, it can lead na to controlling behavior.
Mm-mm. For me, kasi parang jealousy is like uh, when you envy someone, or it's kind of, sometimes it can be like hostile feelings towards that person. Like, let's say, for example, in a relationship, if you're jealous of your partner talking to someone, parang it's like that internal bitterness or envious feeling that why is this person talking to my partner, or parang
Yeah.
ganon.
So that means it also sometimes comes from a place of insecurity, no? Sometimes,
Yeah.
yung mga jealousy. So yung relationship natin, ano yung mga jealousy triggers natin?
Jealousy triggers. I think for me,
Yeah.
especially, my jealousy triggers are anything to do with your ex. Why?
Okay.
It's because I think at the beginning of our relationship, you were so close kasi, di ba, you guys were together for like a long time eh. And I
Yeah.
think my jealousy like built up because your family was so close to him as well.
Mm.
So parang I was just like, no matter what I do, parang I couldn't overcome this mountain of like parang what he was. Kasi your sisters, parang the bar was set na I have to like overcome that bar eh. So for me, like during our relationship ganon, every time someone brings up your ex, parang uh like what do you say that I get? Na parang you're like, why are you jealous, or why are you so hyper?
Yeah.
Yung
I
mga
think it's
ganon.
more of why are you jealous? Because it's so weird. Kasi parang
Yeah, parang it's been so long na and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people will agree with me. Uh it's different kasi if you're being jealous because of like someone flirting with your partner, but um the jealousy that you feel towards like the ex of your partner, like that you had a close relationship with, is something that you can't reciprocate, or you can't recreate kasi that parang feeling or that relationship you had. So that was my insecurity being triggered ganon. Kaya I get jealous eh.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
naman.
For me, my jealousy trigger, which, pero kasi I, like, in our relationship, kasi wala masyadong
You get
selosan.
jealous ba?
Pero, siguro, if I were to be jealous about someone na connected sa'yo, it would be like if you had a girl best friend.
Mm-mm.
Because I feel like, since we've been together so long and we know each other so well, if another girl came into your life and then she knew more things and like you felt a deeper connection with her, not necessarily relationship naman or
Yeah.
romantic, but you felt a deeper connection with her in a sense that you can share your thoughts with her and
Yeah.
feelings more than with me. Siguro yun,
What if
yun
my
ang
girl best
pagsiselosan
friend's my
ko.
mom?
Huh? Family isn't included. Like, it has to be
Yeah.
someone else.
So for you, it triggers you because you feel like you're not the number one like woman in my life. Parang ganon.
Kami yung number one moment.
Hindi,
It's more of
like
like
excluding
parang,
family,
I
ganun
don't
eh,
know you the
diba?
most. Parang ganon. Yeah.
So could you be jealous if I was closer to my guy friends, like I'm sharing stuff with them, not with you, or does it have
No,
to
I think
particularly
it's
be a
because
girl?
I know that how we started then is nagkwentuhan lang tayo and we got to know each other and we fell for each other from like through and from those conversations. So it would make me worry in a sense na if you go through that same cycle with another person, what if it leads to something romantic? Ganon.
Yeah.
Tas parang I don't also believe kasi na you can have a purely platonic best friendship like until the day you die. Pero ako lang naman yun. But
Yeah.
like I know other people who have platonic friendships with like the opposite gender.
Mm-mm.
Pero for me kasi parang if you have that deep connection with someone, imposibleng wala man lang sa inyong mag-fall. Kasi sometimes
Yeah.
not necessarily naman na it's mutual. Like one person could fall
What
for
if
the
like
other.
long-time friend? Like she was my friend before like us.
Eh yun nga, kapag pag mga ganun, matindi ang laban if childhood na siya. Parang
Yeah.
this person was with you throughout a lot of phases in your life and like through growing up.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I can't really do anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess yung iba nga kasi pag sa babae and lalaki, like with women kasi, we approach jealousy in a sense na nagsiselos kami kasi if you're with another girl,
Mm-mm.
am I not good enough or hindi ba ako sapat? So like pag babae ang nagsiselos, we're coming
Yeah.
from a place of questioning our self-worth na you're with someone else or another girl kasi hindi ako enough. I'm not
I
good
think
enough.
like women like to internalize it more, diba? Parang you
Yeah.
guys like think about like she's gonna replace me.
Yeah, yeah.
For us guys naman, I think it's more of like the appearance of it. So like what that means is like if a guy is like chatting up your woman, ganon.
Yeah.
Like how do others view it? Na parang are you weak because you're not parang stepping into
Yeah.
parang what do you call that? Stopping the convo.
Yeah.
Are your friends gonna like tease you kasi parang they're like, oh yan, inaagaw na yung babae mo or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Actually, sa lalaki na notice ko ngayon.
I think it's more of my pride eh.
Oo.
Diba?
Like, ano na lang sasabihin ng mga kaibigan ko kapag nakita ka nilang kasama yun. Parang
Yeah.
ganon, di ba?
And I would say guys are more like expressive when it comes to jealousy. Parang, di ba most of the men, parang it's like, we explode faster than women eh. Parang women, they'll walk out or like, send you a text, ganun.
Yes.
Men talaga, they're like up in your face. Ano ba yan?
Actually, right then and there, parang pag may selosong lalaki,
Yeah.
dun, like, in the act itself pa lang mismo, or
Yeah.
pag nakita ka niya, magagalit na siya agad. Yung babae, titiisin niya pa bago siya mag-blow up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true.
So like in a relationship naman, sometimes naman feeling ko like jealousy is healthy if it's coming from a place of care or concern.
Mm-mm.
So in your opinion, ano yung mga parang red flags or green flags when it comes to like jealousy in relationships?
For me, I think the usual ones that are acceptable are when it comes to your partner. Siguro you say like, I just don't feel comfortable. I just feel like a little off, like seeing that. Yung mga ganun. Because they're trying to, what do you call that? They're trying to express kasi how they're feeling towards you. Parang they're giving signals na parang medyo tone it down whatever you're doing or whatever you did. This is how I feel.
Yeah.
Diba?
So I guess in that sense, it's acceptable. Pero yung not acceptable, siguro it would be like checking phones or like if you're
Ayan.
may manipulation na.
Checking phones, asking for passwords,
Yes, yeah.
yung parang physical, yung gaslighting.
Oo, yes. Or yung pag abusive, like there's abuse na in the relationship na, di ba, like ang dami mong bawal gawin.
Emotional manipulation. Like yung parang like, if you do this, then I'm not gonna do that. Or I'm gonna break up with you if you go to this.
Yeah, yeah,
Mga ganun.
yeah. That's
Syempre,
true.
what's super not okay is yung physical abuse. Diba?
Yes, dahil nga sa selos. Yeah, so yun, it's not acceptable kapag parang it's already leading to controlling and manipulative behavior.
Mm-mm. Kasi like, technically, jealousy, only you feel jealousy, diba? Like, for what you're jealous of. Your
Yeah.
partner, syempre, does not feel that eh.
That's
Sure, they
true.
can get the signals, try to understand you, ganun. So, that's why, yung mga jealousy now, it's so much more different kasi like in this day and age there's so much access, diba? Like there's social media na, there's the DMs, there's the ganon. So
Yeah.
if you really can't trust your partner, parang how are you gonna get over that jealousy era, diba?
Yeah.
Or that feeling?
Yes.
How are you gonna end up trusting them?
Yes. And parang ang dami ng tao ngayon. So, now more than ever, you also constantly meet talaga like men and women, like whether in the workplace or like sa mga friendship circles, ganon. And at like before, naalala ko lang na I was actually on the receiving end of napagsilosan ako
Yep.
because I was working with someone who had a girlfriend at that time. And then, pinaghihinalaan niya na may something kami nung kawork ko.
Yeah.
Kaya lang wala talaga. So, what I did at that point is I spoke to her and I communicated to her na wala talagang anything at
Mm-mm.
all. So, I think that's so important. Like, pag nagsiselos, whether you're on the receiving end or
Mm-mm.
ikaw yung nagkukos nun, kailangan talaga
Yeah.
ng communication. Like, you have to talk about it. Like, if you also felt that way, you tell
Mm-mm.
me, and then if I feel uncomfortable about something, I also tell you.
I think kasi especially in your work, diba? You get to meet with, you get to work with a lot of different artistas. Ganun. Not every
Mm-mm.
artista naman is dating another artista. Or just because you're in a love team doesn't mean na you're you don't have an outside relationship from that love team.
Yes.
So what advice could you give to those people na when they start working with para to avoid what you went through?
I think if you're being paired with someone else and then my
Ooh.
girlfriend siya or boyfriend in real life, I think it's unavoidable talaga na you feel jealous because they're together all the time.
Mhm.
And then yun nga, like yung mga eksena are like sweet or
Yeah.
romantic, ganon. So, I guess what's the important thing there is you really need to assure your partner
Mhm.
na there's nothing happening. Well, hopefully, there's nothing
Yeah.
happening talaga.
Paano if you're the cause of their jealousy?
Yun nga,
Parang
like I spoke to the person and then I assured the person that
hmm.
nothing was happening. I think when it comes to jealousy, sobrang importante kasi talaga yung that there's trust and that you assure the person that there's nothing going on.
Mm-mm.
And ask like, how can I avoid situations that will make you feel this way?
Yeah.
'Di ba?
I think what's most important, and it shows emotional maturity as well, is you really need to stay calm. Kasi the tendency for people is like the moment they think or see something and then, diba, syempre, jealousy is such a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
Like they lash out so quick na parang, diba?
Mm-mm.
But then, they could have avoided so many things. And what if you were just talking to your cousin pala, but you just don't look the same, diba? Like me, I don't look the same as my cousins,
Yeah,
diba?
yeah.
You
That's
could
true.
easily interpret those things and
Yes,
then
yes.
like lose your relationship pa, diba?
Mm-mm. So like since we've been together na for 10 years now, what can we say about jealousy? Like, are people less jealous once the bond is stronger?
I feel like yes, the jealousy is uh parang it doesn't happen as often anymore.
Mm.
And even if it does, since you've been together for so long na, you already know what your partner is feeling or like the
Yeah.
signals, ganon. And then also you yourself know how to control how you feel about it because
Mm-mm.
you trust your partner enough that they're not going to be doing whatever you're thinking of they're doing. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yes. Tsaka I feel like when a relationship is a long-term relationship na kasi, parang the trust has been built through time.
Mm-mm.
So, kaya wala masyadong selos as compared to like at the start of the relationship. But I feel like it comes up pa din.
Yeah.
Like from time to time. Like it's like the feeling of jealousy still returns in a long-term relationship. And I think it's because when you're in a long-term relationship, you get comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
And then sometimes parang since you're comfortable with each other in that relationship, you're worried that your partner is gonna look for something new or crave
Mm-mm.
for parang this they want to feel this parang spark that will ignite
Yeah.
within themselves. So, yun yung worry mo na parang what if makahanap siya ng tao na mafe-feel niya ulit yung spark. Kasi nga, syempre
Yeah.
pag matagal na kayo together, the spark is not
Mm.
always there like every single day, di ba?
Yeah.
Yung infatuation, yung feeling of infatuation.
I think some people kasi become complacent
Yeah.
and then they stop reassuring their partner.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. So they think na, oh, because we've been together for so long, that those past triggers aren't going to trigger their partner anymore.
Yes.
But to be honest, jealousy triggers are kind of like a pet peeve. Like, sure, you could kind of handle like how you take it,
Mm-mm.
but then syempre at the end of the day, it still annoys you, diba?
Yes.
So I think it's up to you na lang as a couple to set some sort of parang boundaries, I guess,
Yeah.
in regards to how you're going to act in this relationship and
Yeah.
what do you expect from each other.
I feel like it's also important to have communication and trust so that we
Mm.
both feel emotionally safe in the relationship.
Yeah.
And in order to build yung trust na yon, it's important to clear, like, set boundaries. Like, ano ba yung mga naging boundaries natin in our relationship?
For me, kasi parang, since I go out a lot, because my job, diba, like, I do a lot of networking and ganon. I try to not put myself in situations that would make you doubt me. Like,
Mm-mm.
syempre, like, I could meet people in mga restaurants, ganon, but I try na to meet in normal working hours. I don't go to mga clubs or ganon. Basta yung mga
Mm-mm.
suspicious places, I guess. Diba? So that you don't feel that you have to even worry about that.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. I think with me, Ren, it's the same, Ren. Like, um, I know that you trust me enough that I wouldn't even
Mm-mm.
put myself in a situation where I can even be tempted.
Yeah. Kasi like, even if you say na we're like super glue, ganon, like
Yeah.
nothing's gonna break us apart, ganon. Siyempre, it depends on what you're going through in life. And what
Yeah.
if you're like super down, ganon, and then
Yeah.
you're fighting pa with your partner, and then
Yeah.
you keep going to all these things, and then someone's listening to you, diba? Like what you said, you're, what makes you jealous is they might take over your position,
Yeah.
which is, what if you feel the spark with this person, etc. Ganon.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Kaya importante rin talaga na don't test the waters.
Mm.
Like, if you're jealous about your partner cheating, don't put yourself in a situation wherein you can be tempted, and don't test the waters. Like, don't wait until you're like 9 out of 10 about to cheat already.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
Before you choose to do something.
Yeah, so that's why that's so important din talaga. And I think another thing is importante rin sa akin that you have a trusted group of friends, in a sense that I
Mm-mm.
trust na when you're with them, they also won't encourage you to cheat on me.
Yeah. Because birds of the what do you call
Birds
that?
of the same feather
flock
flock together. Yes.
Wow.
So kung ang barkada niya puro cheaters, my gosh, more often
Wala
than
na,
not.
deads ka na.
Yeah, kasi nga
Mm.
syempre, like, you guys in a barkada, more often than
Mm.
not, pareho kayo ng mga values, 'di ba?
Siyempre, they'll influence you also. But they're like, come on, pare, everyone's doing it. Like, it's fine.
Yes, correct. That's true.
Mm.
So I guess the importance of that is you really have to reassure your partner and build that
Mm-mm.
trust na you won't put yourself in situations like that. And then
Mm-mm.
syempre, dapat talaga i-avoid mo yung situations na magiging controlling ka na or manipulative. Kasi pag sobrang
Mm.
seloso ka na, kasi nga me, I'm seloso, pero
Yeah.
hindi to the point na I'm controlling or like
Yes.
manipulative already, or I gaslight
Because there's
you,
a big
diba?
difference between reassurance and like enabling yung mga toxic patterns of your partner.
Yes.
Kasi syempre, you can reassure them, na parang you can trust me, etc., etc.
Mhm.
But then there are some people that take it way too far. Like, you're not allowed to talk to anyone of the opposite sex. Ganun.
Yes, yes.
Or like, you're working, diba? You work with a lot of guys. Ganun. Like, you're not allowed to talk with them unless you're just on set or like doing the ganun.
Mm-mm.
Syempre, like, you're controlling na the life of your partner. So I think that's what people have to find a balance of that.
Yeah, kasi it's toxic if he or she is already controlling your life and parang you don't have freedom anymore. Kasi nga,
Yeah.
again, that's not love if you cannot even be yourself, or like you cannot do things that will make you happy just because may silosong nakabantay sa'yo or may silosang nakabantay sa'yo, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess yun yung importante talaga. You have to really communicate about how you feel, and then you have to build or set clear boundaries so that you can build trust with each other. Na sige, basta kapag ganito yung mangyayari, I will let's say I'll go home earlier, or
Yeah.
I won't hang out in a place na puro babae lang, ganon.
Mm-mm. Or like, let's say, for example, some people, they just don't feel comfortable with you hanging out with a particular person, diba? So like, how would you deal with that? Is that toxic ba or no? Like, let's say, for example, you're like, I don't really feel comfortable with you hanging out with so and so. Like, how would you take that as a partner?
I think it depends on what the reason is and who it is.
Hmm.
Like, yung mga mahihirap is like if yung pinagsiselosan mo is workmate. Kasi they're really magkasama always, like in work.
Yeah.
'Diba? So, kaya nga kailangan pag-usapan nyo, like, what compromise can we do for a situation like this? And that's why, in order to deal with jealousy in a relationship, it's really important that you acknowledge your feelings. Kasi the
Mm-mm.
problem is, pag nagsiselos ka din, a lot of people are in denial. Like,
Yes.
hindi ako nagsiselos. Like, ito lang, kunyari, ito lang yung issue ko. Pero actually, yung issue mo na yun, it stems from the fact that you're jealous about someone. So that's why it's important na
Mm-mm.
i-acknowledge mo yung nararamdaman mo. Like, you really have to acknowledge your feelings na nagsiselos ka about a person. And you also have to communicate openly and
Mm-mm.
set boundaries with the person that you're with na ito yung nararamdaman ko, can we make a compromise about the situation? So that pag nagawa mo yung dalawang yon, you'll be able to build trust within your relationship. Na next time, you don't even have to talk about it like
Parang just look at
again.
each other na lang like,
Yeah, parang
ganun.
alam nyo na yung may intindihan na
Yeah.
kayo doon, like what that means.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, one question every couple should ask is, what makes you feel safe with me? Do you believe that's true?
Yeah, I feel like dapat talaga you know what makes your partner feel safe and assured.
Mm-mm.
Because yun yung kailangan mong maalala all the time na okay, if
Mm-mm.
for example, if I'm out, kailangan masabi ko man lang na nandito na ako. Let's say nandito na ako sa BGC para hindi niya iniisip kung nasan ako. May mga
Yeah.
iba-iba yan per couple or sometimes it's a certain time. Parang okay, if it's by this time, pwede mo ba akong i-update?
Parang get to know their triggers.
Yes, kasi nga it's really different. Like iba-iba tayo talaga na
Yeah.
tao, 'di ba?
There's no set in stone rules for relationships
Mhm.
because some people are more uncomfortable with other things than other people.
Yeah, correct.
Especially also the lifestyle of your partner, diba? Yeah, what if one is super extroverted and one is like super introverted?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to compromise for each other, diba? On, are you gonna party less?
Yes.
Or are they gonna start going with you to the parties? Parang
Yes.
ganun.
That's true.
Yan. So, I guess what can we say, or what advice can we give people about jealousy?
Well, like I said earlier, my advice when it comes to jealousy is number one, you need to acknowledge your feelings. Number two,
Mm-mm.
you need to communicate openly and set clear boundaries para you're on the same page. And lastly, if you do number one and number two, you will be able to build trust within your relationship para next time you feel more assured that your partner is not gonna do something that will hurt your feelings or make you worry or feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
How about you?
For me, I have two parts to this. So for myself, usually kasi like if I feel jealous or something like that, what I try to do is I look inwards muna. So like what is making me jealous, or why am I feeling this way? So step number one, be calm. Step number two, you have to think before you act. So is it reasonable, or is it just like all in my head, diba?
Yeah.
Kasi you may come off like super crazy, ganon. So try to get like the facts muna. Like, am I being jealous because this person really likes my partner, or like I'm feeling my partner is cheating on this person with ganon?
Or if you're coming from a place of insecurity then, parang you're what do you call that? Yung parang you're projecting. You're projecting,
Yeah, you're projecting
your insecurity.
your insecurity on your
Yes,
partner.
yes.
So then, after you've calmed down, you can express your feelings na with your partner.
Yes.
Kasi it's very hard, diba, like you and I, we always talk about this. It's so hard to talk about your feelings in the moment. Kasi you may say some things na you'll regret Or you just look stupid na lang na
Yeah.
there wasn't actually anything to be jealous of in the first
Yes.
place. Diba? So, my advice naman, like me acting towards you, is I need to remember your signals.
Yes.
So, I'm not gonna disclose those signals kasi mamaya some people might be like, oh, jealous siya or something. But I've been with you long enough for me to tell, like, parang when your tone changes, or like
Yeah.
the way you give me a look na shucks, okay, ganun. And then so after the signals, it's what triggers you. And then after that, it's how can I avoid them being jealous or you being jealous.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like, let's say, if you're worried about me meeting random people in mock clubs, ganun. For me, if that's okay with me, I just avoid na lang going to clubs. Ganun.
Mm-mm.
Para wala nang, there's no space for jealousy there.
Yeah.
That's my compromise na lang to you.
Yes.
And then, lastly, is to reaffirm them and to take the time to understand them. So, like, why are they feeling this way? And then, this is because they might see something that you don't. So, this is like super important. Because, like, there's going to be a lot of people telling their partners na they can't explain it. Like, they're just like, I'm very
Yeah, may
uncomfortable
parang
with this person,
intuition.
ganun
Mga
or
babae
something.
may ganun minsan. Parang it's just
And
the
sometimes
feeling
as guys can be
na may something.
medyo dense slash bobs. So like we're like, what? I don't understand. Like she's just nice or like
Yeah.
whatever. But then you pick up that her niceness is actually she's like really into you na, diba?
Yeah.
Which like we're very open naman with each other when it comes to
Yes.
that. Eh. So yun, that's my advice for jealousy, like how to handle it maturely.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes naman talaga jealousy can come from yun nga a place of concern.
Yes.
Pero more often than not, jealousy can lead to controlling behavior. Kaya what do you guys think? Like, do you think is jealousy is healthy in relationships, or is it automatically a walking red flag? So you should let us know in the comments. And thank you so much again for watching episode 6 of He Said, She Said. Thank you.
Bye. That's a wrap for this episode of He Said, She Said.
We hope you had as much fun as we did debating.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and partners.
Follow us for more hot takes on love, life, and everything in between.
See you in the next one.
Bye.